What's the predominant muscle that you're using?
Chest.
Negative. Which part are you on?
Tricep.
Okay. Now, inner or outer head?
Outer.
Ooh. Outer head's pretty, inner head's for work. Okay? Inner head of tricep. This muscle right here. That exercise you guys are just doing with the extensions, that's what that's working. Right? This right here doesn't do anything. This one in here, that's all the pressing. Right? Two things, if you look at someone, you can tell if they've got a big bench. Is if they do like this and they've got a second elbow, which this tricep muscle extends down like that, or they've got and they've got a big back, right? Because you got two main sticking points usually. One you'll stick off the chest, the other one you'll stick up here, right? If it's off the chest, you got a weak back. Here, you got weak triceps, okay? Now, the chest and the front delts, they're all supplementary muscles. You still have to strengthen them, but I'm saying the predominant muscle is the tricep. That's what you're using to push, right? You guys, so there's a couple of things that matter. It's the setup, the feet, the grip, and breathing, okay? I can break this down or it'll confuse the heck out of you. But all that's I do whenever I'm going and watching people, when they're lying down, I want to see how you naturally do it, and then I'm going to make little teensy tweaks, right? And give you little bitty cues. Okay, and I'll tell you a bunch of different variations to do it too. You guys are working on the football bar today, right? And you're going up to top set triples. So just so you guys know, well, let me ask you this: how many breaths are you taking with a triple?
3.
3? Anybody else? 6 breaths. Anybody else? 6. So 6. That's a consensus. 1. You should be able to do all 3 reps on 1 breath hold. Okay? That's 1, tells you about work capacity. But 2, you got to think, D rings, big kid friendly.
Guys, everybody bring it on in. Bring it on in.
All right. So for your setup, center line, usually you want to split your wrist right where this is, right? So if that puts both your fingers right here, you can do that also. All right? So get your hands, for me, I like getting my grip set up first. Up to you how you want to set up. This is just how I do it. All right. This is a way, not the way. You got to figure out what's going to work best for you. But I like getting my hand position first and getting it right. Now, I said it was triceps mostly, right? Okay. So whenever you squeeze, when you squeeze, you're squeezing the hardest with your back 2 fingers right here. Because if you do it, you feel it right now. Squeeze here. What flexes? Straighten your arm and squeeze. What does it flex?
Forearm.
Besides the forearm, it flexes your tricep. It engages your tricep, right? So whenever you're here and whenever you're getting your grip, you want to make sure that before you lift off, you squeeze real hard with those back 2 fingers, right? Pinky and the ring finger. All right, so I'll get my hands set. Then what I want to do is I'm going to pull back here because what I'm doing is I'm setting for my arch. Right, you do the arch, that sets you up because the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So we're going to be pushing up, maybe a hair back, but mostly we're pushing straight up, okay? The bigger arch that you have, the less distance you have to travel, more weight you can do, right? All right, so I'll pull back here. I'll then pull my feet back if my feet are going to be back. Up to you how you want to put your feet. The big thing is that wherever you want to make sure your glutes are engaged too, so your knees are going to be spread apart and spread out. So if you're here, a lot of guys are there, you're spread this way. If you're out that way, your knees are out. If you're out far with your feet out, still the same thing. Your knees are always going to be out. Because you'll notice if you go here, it doesn't flex. If I go here, it flexes. That gives me a little bit more room to push. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna get my feet into my position to how I want it. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift myself up and push back this way. All right, push myself there, and with my feet, I'm pushing myself this way, okay? Always thinking you're pushing this way, not this way. Because if you push this way, your hips are gonna come up, and if you're powerlifting, it's not a legal lift. If you're in athletics, what it's gonna do is it puts your hips in a compromised position because now there's no stability at all, okay? So that's gonna put your spine in a very compromising position. Why would you do that for something that's just trying to help you get stronger for your sport? Go less weight, do it right. Okay, so I'm back, I got my good arch. Now, the scapula, okay? You guys know what scapula is?
Shoulder blade.
Shoulder blades. All right, my shoulder blades are going to be down, okay? All you're doing is pretty much just rotating your shoulders down into your armpits. So when I'm setting up, and I brace too, okay? So now the next thing is breathing. Once I've got this set right where I want, if it's a straight bar, I'm gonna have a straight bar probably about somewhere in between my chin and my nose. So that gives me enough time or enough space to be able to lift off, get into a position with minimal movement here, getting into position, and then I can press and not hit the J hooks, okay? Once you get set into position, everything's really, really tight, knees are out, now we're gonna brace. So we're gonna take that big breath, huge breath. Breathe in through your nose, okay? You'll get more air breathing in through your nose. So you go in, everything packed real tight, and then push. If you don't have a belt, you feel like you're pushing everything to the bottom of your lungs, okay? If you have a belt, you're pushing against the waistband of your belt to make your belly, make yourself look as fat as possible. That bracing gives you stability, okay? And you'll notice too, when you hold your breath, with any heavy lift and do that brace, it tightens all of the muscles around your spine. That's protecting your spine. That's why you want to keep the breath hold throughout the entire movement if you can. You should be able to do 5 reps on one breath hold, but sometimes it takes a little bit of practice to do it. But single reps of 3, no problem, okay? So I'm gonna have scapula rotated down, elbows. Elbows are gonna be kind of canted. It'll be, if you have your shoulders rotated into your armpits, they're going to have be naturally a perfect position for whenever you lift and come down. All right. If I'm spotting on this side and I'm making sure that I'm in the right position, my forearm is going to be perpendicular to the floor. It's not going to be this way. It's not going to be this way, because that's not a mechanically advantageous position. You want to be in the absolute strongest possible position when you're pressing. Okay. So I'll come back, get all set up. I'll rotate my scapula down. Now some people still legal lift. You can lift your head if you want, or you can plant your head back against the pad and look backwards. All right, you look straight up. You can do that too. It's up to you. Whatever's more comfortable. Whatever gets you in the tightest and most stable position. So whenever I go, I'm like, breath hold. All on one breath hold, okay? You treat your smallest warm-up like you would your max rep, same speed. You'll see a lot of people come out and they'll just grab it, they're like, oh yeah, all right. Well, that's not warming you up and that's not training it. Make every rep count, okay? Every rep is building up to whatever that top set is. Take every opportunity you can to practice and get yourself into position perfectly. A lot of times it takes 7 sets to get up to your top set and to get everything loosened up to get you into position perfectly for you. All right, real simple. So again, what we're gonna do: one breath, brace. You'll see the gut goes up. Just like that. Now, check this out. You watch the stability. Chest is up and out. Now, what just happened?
What just happened, Jake? His belly dropped.
Right? And I lost my arch. That means I'm now having to push in a different position than I already pushed, and I'm not in the most mechanically advantageous position to make the movement. Right? Now, the other piece is leg drive. Leg drive can do a couple things. It can help you or it can hurt you. If the weight's too heavy, then what you'll try to do is use your gut to push off, and then your butt will lift up off the ground, right? That's what you absolutely don't want. What you want to do, instead of trying to take and push up, like I said before, you're pushing back towards the wall, okay? So I rack the bar here, I've unracked, I come down, back. See how I slide back?
It's like he's trying to slide the ground away from himself.
Slide back. Okay? You can do that each time. Just make sure that your glutes are flexed and your knees are out. Because a lot of times what will happen is you'll do this and then your knees will start to come in a little bit. You don't want that. Make sure your knees are out and everything's tight. You want that good, stable position. Because a top set triple, you can still get to 90% of your max with a top set triple. So that means it's going to be heavy for you. And that's okay, right? But we want to be as completely steady and stable as possible. And then once you're done, that's it.
Awesome. You guys got any questions? Any questions at all? Nothing, John?
So after every 3 reps you do it, you said that one big breath, or is it like? Because I feel like you're just like holding it in. When do you like breathe out like fully? After like a certain amount of reps, or do you just do it no matter how many reps you have?
After I've racked it and set it back, that's when I took my breath.
So what if they had a set of 5?
Doesn't matter how many reps.
So if I had a set of, so like I said, usually from a set of 3 to 5, you can do on one breath hold. Okay? If you have to let your breath out, make sure that you're thinking, maintain my brace, maintain body position. All right? And when you do, to me, it's extra energy because you only have so much time to make a lift. So that means you want to move as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So if I have to sit there and I'm still got the weight over me and I have to take the time to exhale, inhale, push back on, that's literally taking time away from my lift, right? Now, the other piece is you have to know yourself. If you can't do it for 5 reps or higher reps and hold your breath that long and the world starts doing this, rack it because you're about to pass out, okay? We don't want that. But that's also incumbent upon being a good spotter, okay? If the guy starts hurting, let him struggle, that's okay. But if his hips pop up or if the bar movement starts to go down instead of up, that's your cue to jump in and help. Now, if you panic as a spotter, the lifter's gonna panic and they're gonna have an injury. Is if an injury occurs or if they somehow drop it on their chest. But if you're a good spotter, that shouldn't happen, all right? You want me to talk about taking it off the rack?
Yeah, just quickly.
Okay, for lift
2
off.
minutes, 2 minutes.
Lift off. Okay, so for doing a good lift off, the whole point of the lift off is you're helping the lifter expend the least amount of energy, yet still get the best setup possible for their lift. So what will happen is you'll understand and you'll look at their cues and that the lifter will give you a nod, or you'll watch them take that big breath, and then when you see their arms start to engage, that's you to lift up as much as you can steadily. It's not a jerk off the rack, right? So you're standing behind them, steadily lift it up, and then help move it over into where their bar path is. And then you say your weight, and then you slowly back off, and then they have it, right? But you're gonna do it at their speed. So you're lifting up, but they're guiding you back. And you as a spotter should know about where the bar is, where you can go, all right, it's your weight, and that's it. And then you're just kind of back off and stand over them and be there for them for whenever they come back up. Whenever they're done, okay, you're gonna grab hold, you can grab hold of it, and as soon as they start to go this way, that's pretty much your cue to grab it and pull it back into the rack, okay? But make sure that they understand that you've got that bar, or else other injuries can start to happen too. And it's an even grab and an even pull, right? That's your whole job, is to help guide them and make them safe. So that way they can get that lift and lift as much weight as they possibly can and try to PR every time they're coming back here.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks, Tommy.
Yep, no worries.
Appreciate it, man.